Do you ever get to the end of the month and wonder where your money went? You're not alone. Most people feel like their finances control them, not the other way around. Traditional budgeting feels complicated and restrictive. But what if there was a simpler way, a framework that guides your spending without having to track every single cent? Introducing percentage-based budgeting, a flexible, big-picture approach that helps you cover the essentials, enjoy life, and build financial confidence. Meet the 50-30-20 rule, your new simple guide to budgeting. Simply divide your after-tax income. 50% goes to needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. No messy spreadsheets, just 3 simple categories. This method is flexible, realistic, and helps you enjoy life while building financial security. It's perfect for anyone just starting out or feeling overwhelmed by traditional budgets. With this rule, you'll make conscious spending choices and finally feel in control of your money. The largest chunk of your budget, 50%, should be dedicated to your needs. These are the essentials that keep your life running smoothly. Things like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries to feed your family, and other basic living expenses. Needs are the non-negotiable costs you must cover every month, no matter what. They form the backbone of your financial plan, ensuring you have a safe place to live, food on the table, and the basic comforts that make daily life possible. This category also includes basic transportation, whether that's public transit fares, gas for your car, or necessary repairs to keep your vehicle running. Essential healthcare, like doctor visits, prescription medications, and health insurance premiums, also fall under needs. These are the things you simply can't do without if you want to maintain your health and get to work or school. Needs are not about wants or luxuries. They're about survival and stability. If you find yourself struggling to pay these bills, it's a clear sign that your essential expenses may be too high for your current income. It's important to regularly review your spending and make sure your needs don't exceed half of what you bring home. If your needs are taking up more than 50% of your income, it's time to take a closer look at your budget. Consider whether you can cut back on certain expenses, negotiate bills, or find more affordable alternatives for housing, utilities, or transportation. Sometimes, even small changes, like using less electricity or switching to a cheaper phone plan, can make a big difference. For example, if your take-home pay each month is $3,000, you should aim to keep your needs under $1,500. This simple rule helps you set clear boundaries and avoid overspending on essentials. Start by listing out your core expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. Add them up and see how they compare to your target. If you're on track, that's great. If not, it's time to make adjustments. If your needs are over budget, look for practical ways to trim costs. Maybe you can move to a more affordable apartment, lower your utility bills by conserving energy, use public transportation or bike to work, or shop for groceries with coupons and discounts. Every little bit helps. Remember, keeping your needs in check is the foundation of financial stability. When you control your essential expenses, you create room in your budget for savings, investments, and the things you truly enjoy. It's the first step toward building a secure and stress-free financial future. One of the most challenging parts of managing your money is figuring out the difference between what you truly need and what you simply want. It's not always as obvious as it sounds. Sometimes the line between the two can get blurry, especially when emotions or habits come into play, but learning to tell them apart is the foundation of smart budgeting and financial peace of mind. Needs are the essentials, the things you absolutely can't live or work without. Think of your rent or mortgage, basic utilities like water and electricity, minimum payments on your debts, and insurance to protect yourself and your family. These are the non-negotiables that keep your life running smoothly and your future secure. Wants, on the other hand, are the extras that make life more enjoyable but aren't strictly necessary. This could be dining out with friends, upgrading to the latest smartphone, or subscribing to premium cable packages. They add comfort and fun, but you could get by without them if you had to. Of course, not every expense fits neatly into one category. Some things, like a gym membership or high-speed internet, might feel essential to you depending on your lifestyle or work needs. That's why it's important to be honest with yourself about what's truly necessary and what's more of a luxury. Take a close look at your habits and priorities, especially when you're spending your money. Remember, the goal isn't to strip away all the things you enjoy. It's about being intentional and clear with your choices so you can spend on what matters most to you without guilt or confusion. When you take the time to categorize your expenses correctly, you'll quickly see which parts of your budget are flexible and which are fixed. This clarity helps you make better decisions and gives you more control over your finances. Once your needs are covered, you can confidently plan for your wants and start building your savings. That's how you create a budget that supports your goals and lets you enjoy life along the way. Now for the fun part, 30% for wants. This is guilt-free spending on things that make life enjoyable: dining out, hobbies, entertainment, travel and shopping. Budgets that ignore fun never last. This rule builds in enjoyment. If your income is $3,000, that means $900 can go towards wants. Spend it on what matters most to you. Prioritize, save up for a trip, or spread it across smaller pleasures. The key is freedom with limits. Enjoy life, but stay within your boundary. This balance keeps you motivated and on track. Some expenses blur the line between need and want, like takeout food, luxury cars, or ride shares. Food is a need. Restaurant meals are a want. A basic car is a need. A luxury model is a want. The 50-30-20 rule doesn't judge your choices, but it does set clear limits for your spending. Use your 30% on what matters most to you: travel, tech, food, or experiences. Ask yourself, does this purchase truly make me happier? Conscious spending means making active choices, not just habits. That way, your money brings you real joy, not just fleeting satisfaction. The final 20% of your income is dedicated to savings and debt repayment. And this is truly your ticket to financial freedom. This portion of your budget is where you start to take control of your future rather than just reacting to your present. By consistently setting aside this amount, you're building a solid foundation for your financial well-being and giving yourself the power to handle life's surprises. Begin by creating an emergency fund. Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This fund acts as a safety net, protecting you from unexpected events like medical emergencies, car repairs, or sudden job loss. It's the first step to feeling secure and confident about your finances. Once your emergency fund is in place, you can start saving for your personal goals, whether that's a dream vacation, a new gadget, or a down payment on a home. You can also begin investing for the future, letting your savings grow over time through smart choices. This category is also where you tackle your debts head-on. Use a portion of this 20% to make extra payments on your loans, credit cards, or any other outstanding balances. Focus especially on high-interest debts like credit cards or payday loans, since these can quickly spiral out of control if left unchecked. Paying them off faster saves you money in the long run. For example, if your monthly income is $3,000, that means you should set aside $600 for this category. It might seem like a lot at first, but it's a powerful habit that pays off over time. You can split this amount between savings and debt repayment, depending on your current needs and priorities. If you have a lot of debt, focus more on paying it down. If you're debt-free, boost your savings or investments. Prioritize what matters most to you, whether that's becoming debt-free as quickly as possible, building a strong safety net, or investing for a comfortable retirement. Every bit you save or use to pay off debt brings you closer to your goals. Over time, you'll see your emergency fund grow, your debts shrink, and your investments start to multiply. This is how you break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and start building real wealth for yourself and your family. Remember, your future self will thank you for every smart decision you make today. Watch out for common traps: confusing wants with needs, letting lifestyle creep eat up raises, and forgetting to pay yourself first. Be radically honest. Don't justify every splurge as a need. When your income goes up, keep needs steady and boost your savings instead. Automate your savings so you don't end up spending what you meant to set aside. Don't give up after one bad month. Life happens, just get back on track. The rule is a guideline, not a law. Progress matters more than perfection. Consistency builds results over time. Stick with it and you'll see real change. Ready to get started? First, figure out your after-tax income. Divide it up: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt. Track your spending for a month. Use a notebook, spreadsheet, or app, making sure to record every expense. Categorize each expense honestly. Compare your actual spending to the 50-30-20 targets and adjust as needed. Make small, realistic changes in your spending. Don't try to change everything at once. This rule empowers you to take control, reduce stress, and build a brighter financial future. Stop wondering where your money went. Start telling it where to go. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or questions about the 50-30-20 rule.